Chris Columbus's Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone is often praised as the most faithful adaptation in the series. It set the visual language of the wizarding world and shaped how an entire generation imagines it. Yet, a closer look reveals something more complicated. Through a series of quiet narrative shortcuts, removing Harry's sharp inner voice, simplifying the rules of magic, and reshaping the balance of the central trio, the film subtly changes the story. In doing so, it transforms a layered tale about misfits and shared growth into a more familiar Hollywood-style hero's journey. Let's examine the differences between the book and the movie, and I promise you'll be surprised by what we find.
Curious.
The Vernon Prologue. The book starts with a satirical look at Muggle denial. Chapter 1 follows Vernon Dursley at work, spotting map-reading cats and people in cloaks while desperately clinging to his normal career at Grunnings. The film skips this, losing the sense of magic as an intrusive force that violates middle-class British life. Physical traits. In the text, Petunia and Dudley are both blonde. Petunia is described as having twice the usual amount of neck for spying on neighbors, while Dudley is a pig in a wig. The film reverses these colors, casting brunette actors. The Zoo Outing. In the book, Dudley's friend Piers Polkiss accompanies the family to the zoo and helps bully Harry. The film omits Piers entirely, making the Dursleys' cruelty feel more isolated rather than a social phenomenon. The snake's origin. In the novel, the boa constrictor is from Brazil and says, "Thanks," to Harry. The movie changes it to a Burmese python and, in some versions, adds the line, "Thanks, amigo." Glass growing back. A minor cinematic addition. The movie shows the glass in the snake exhibit growing back to trap Dudley, a visual gag not present in the original text. The month-long wait. This is the biggest timeline shift. In the book, after Diagon Alley, Hagrid sends Harry back to live with the Dursleys for an entire month before school starts. The movie makes it look like he goes straight to the train station, losing the thematic weight of Harry's final isolation. The bike's origin. In the book's opening, Hagrid explicitly mentions he borrowed the flying bike from young Sirius Black, the first mention of a character who wouldn't appear for 2 more books. The film removes this bit of deep lore. The gun incident. When Hagrid arrives at the shack, the book has him tie Vernon's rifle into a knot. The film has him bend the barrel, causing it to discharge through the roof. A more cinematic and violent interpretation. The pigtail. In the book, Hagrid curses Dudley after Vernon insults Albus Dumbledore. In the movie, the curse is a reaction to Dudley eating Harry's birthday cake. Harry's birthday cake. One of the movie's most empathetic moments is Harry drawing a cake in the dust on his birthday. In the novel, he simply watches the minutes pass on Dudley's watch. Meeting Draco. In the book, Harry first meets Draco at Madame Malkin's robe shop in Diagon Alley. Draco is rude to Hagrid, causing Harry to dislike him before he even knows his name. The film delays their meeting until they reach Hogwarts. Quirrell's turban. In the novel, Quirrell doesn't wear a turban at the Leaky Cauldron and freely shakes Harry's hand. The film adds the turban early and has him refuse the handshake to immediately foreshadow the Voldemort reveal. Recognizing Harry. On the train, the book version of Ron knows exactly who Harry is the moment he sits down. The film makes it a reveal, where Ron has to ask if Harry really has the scar. Scabbers' defenses. The book includes a scuffle on the train where Scabbers actually bites Goyle, forcing the bullies to flee. The film omits this, keeping Scabbers as a largely passive pet. Sorting Hat Song. The Sorting Hat sings a unique song every year. The 2001 film cut this entirely, losing the sentient flavor of the hat. Alphabetical sorting. The book sorts students alphabetically, Abbott, Bones, etc. The movie uses a random order to prioritize the main character's reactions. Peeves the Poltergeist, the film's biggest omission. Peeves is a constant menace in the books, but he was cut from the movie despite actor Rick Mayall filming several scenes. Professor Binns. The only ghost teacher at Hogwarts, Professor Binns is so boring he didn't even notice when he died. By cutting him, the film loses the monotonous side of magical education. The Midnight Duel. In the book, Draco tricks Harry into a duel as a trap to get him caught by Filch. The trio finds Fluffy while running from trouble. The movie makes this a complete accident caused by the moving staircases, removing the student's agency. Neville's detention. In the novel, Neville joins the group for detention in the Forbidden Forest. The film replaces him with Ron, further centering the story on the trio rather than the broader Gryffindor community. Centaur Politics. The book features 3 centaurs, Ronan, Bane, and Firenze. They argue about the stars and whether it's shameful for Firenze to carry a human. The film simplifies this into a single encounter with Firenze. Ron's erosion. One of the most debated changes is giving Ron's wizarding knowledge to Hermione. In the books, Ron explains terms like mudblood or the danger of hearing voices because he grew up in the culture. The films give these lines to Hermione, making Ron appear less essential and Hermione appear impossibly perfect. Devil's Snare. In the book, Hermione panics, and it's Ron who snaps her out of it by shouting, "Are you a witch or not?" The film reverses this, making Ron a bumbling damsel in distress and Hermione the hero. Snape's Potion Riddle. The film cut the 7th protection for the stone, Snape's logic puzzle with 7 potions. This was Hermione's logic over magic crowning moment in the prose, but it was cut for being too static for film. Quidditch Logic. The book explains that Quidditch matches are part of a league where season-long point totals matter. The movie simplifies this to a catch this and we win mentality. Quidditch Violence. In the movie, Oliver Wood is knocked unconscious by a bludger, and the game continues. In the book, Wood remains conscious, and the match is far more regulated, featuring specific fouls like blatching. Quirrell's death. The most visceral change is the finale. In the book, Harry passes out, and Voldemort's departure is what kills Quirrell. In the movie, Harry knowingly grabs Quirrell's face and watches him turn to ash, making an 11-year-old an active participant in a death. The Mirror and the Album. In The Mirror of Erised, the book Harry sees his entire extended family, not just his parents. And finally, the book ends with Hagrid giving Harry a photo album, a key emotional beat that the theatrical film omitted. I know that extended version of Harry Potter includes this scene, but it didn't make it to the final cut, so I mentioned it in this video too. These changes transformed Harry from a snarky, petty, and relatable child into a Hollywood hero who is almost too good. While the movie is a visual masterpiece, the book offers a deeper look at the flaws, culture, and logic of a world that is far more entropic and chaotic than its cinematic counterpart. Whether you prefer the illustration or the architecture, the divergence between these two versions redefined what it meant to be the boy who lived. I think HBO's new Harry Potter series will fix some of these issues, but we'll have to wait and see. Did you already know about these changes? Drop a comment below and let me know. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe. If this video gets 100 likes, I'll make a video comparing the book and movie differences for the second movie.